Don't toss that stale bread. You can turn it into golden, crunchy breadcrumbs at home, including a panko style crumb that'll save you a trip to the store. Hi friend, in this video I'll show you 3 kinds of breadcrumbs. Soft untoasted crumbs for meatballs, toasted crumbs for casseroles and toppings, and even a homemade panko style crumb for that extra crunch. They're easy, they save money, and they keep bread out of the trash. Let's make some breadcrumbs. Start with some stale bread. I like to keep my odds and ends in the freezer until I've built up enough to make a batch or for when I need them. Freezing traps moisture inside, which makes the bread more brittle and easier to break down into crumbs once thawed or partially thawed. Plus, it's a great way to use heels if no one eats them, or crusts left over when I make croutons. Speaking of which, have you seen my crouton video? If your food processor struggles with frozen bread like mine does, just thaw it first. Then pulse for a coarse crumb or process longer for a fine crumb. That gives you soft, untoasted breadcrumbs that soak up liquid and lock in juiciness, helping food stay tender instead of dense. These soft breadcrumbs are perfect for meatballs, meatloaf, or anything that needs a binder. You can even take it a step further and make what's called a panade. That's when you soak the fresh crumbs in a little milk before mixing them into your meat. The bread holds onto that moisture and it keeps your meatballs nice and tender instead of tough. To get more crunch, flavor, and a longer shelf life, spread those crumbs on a baking sheet and toast them at 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius for about 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them. They go from toasted to burnt really quick. Toasted crumbs are perfect for topping casseroles, like the baked mac and cheese I have coming up soon, or mix in Italian herbs for chicken parmesan. And yes, you can make a panko dupe at home too. While the traditional bread is different, cutting off the crusts and grating semi-frozen bread gives you a similar texture. Dry it in the oven on low until no moisture remains and you'll have a light, crispy crumb that works just like panko. Authentic panko uses an electric current to bake bread without a crust, giving it that super airy flake. Grated, semi-frozen bread mimics that structure by creating jagged, fluffy pieces instead of compact crumbs. For storage, fresh, soft crumbs should be kept in the fridge for a few days or freeze for a couple of months. Toasted and panko-style crumbs can be stored in an airtight container in the pantry for a couple of months. Toasting drives off moisture, which is what mold and bacteria need to grow. That's why they can be stored at room temperature safely. How do you like to use breadcrumbs? Share your favorite ways below so others can get new ideas. And if you like learning how to make pantry staples and save money doing it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more simple, money-saving staples coming your way. Thanks for hanging out with me.